Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us here from Wild Moments with Explore.org. My name is Kerry Dupree, and of course, we have Kelly joining us today. Very excited to be here. How are you doing this afternoon, Kelly?
Thank you very much, Kerry. It's a to be here. Absolutely delightful. Thank you very much for having me this afternoon. Looking forward to having a look at our clips, seeing what we've got happening on these cameras. And yeah, just really happy to be back.
Awesome sauce. Just a reminder, folks, that this is a live and interactive experience. So please feel free to send through those questions and comments. I see we've already got some comments coming through. Bridget McKerney says, hi, Kerry and Kelly. Jack Dubois also says, good morning from Cheap. I have no idea how to say that. Chesapeake?
Chesapeake.
Chesapeake? I have no idea where that is. We also have Casper that is joining us saying good morning / good afternoon, Kerry and Kelly. Everyone ready for the show with a hot coffee. I just had my cappuccino. What have you had with you today, Kelly?
About 3 minutes ago, I realised that as usual, I did not have a drink. So I went and grabbed some cold water. Not very exciting.
We've also got some more comments from MG Leopard Spots. Says, hi ladies, thank you for being here. We all love the show. Dark, wet morning in Bay Area. And yes, we've had some dark weather in South Africa too. Lots of rain. My goodness, lots of flooding as well. How's your weather, Kelly?
It's been, we have had rain. The rains have started. Everything is starting to pop. Yeah, it went from, I actually just had a couple of friends here from the UK for a week, and one day we had 41 degrees, and the next day we had 16 degrees, and absolutely torrential rain. It was like, they're like, what's wrong with this country? I'm like, no, this is just summer. You just never know what you're going to get. But we've had some good rain. There's more coming. And I know we were just talking, Kerry, everything is just popping. I'm like this, all the birds are back, there's insects, and oh, summer's hit. It's beautiful.
Kelly and I have just been chatting before the show started about all our migratory birds that have come back, which we do have one on our clips today that we're going to be having a look at. But I had some greater, probably lesser spotted cuckoos that flew past. They were fighting in the gardens. Of course, I had my binoculars running around chasing to see what cuckoos these were, and it was just mad. Oh.
I've got my binoculars here. We had an update this morning. There was we've got a great birding spot close to where I stay, and someone had an ornithopter, and I was not in a position to go and find it. But yeah, I'm literally walking around carrying my binoculars at the moment. It's beautiful. We had a black cookie shrike out the window the other day. I think we've missed him a few times, but yeah, absolutely stunning.
Such an exciting time of year, but good luck with that trogon, because they like to sit with their backs kind of hiding, and then you don't see them well blending in with the green vegetation, and then you just get a flash of red every now and then.
Yeah, I'll be that. I'm heading down there tomorrow. They heard him first, and then got a beautiful picture, and I'm going down there first thing tomorrow morning.
Oh, dying to see. Please send us photos if you do get that Narina trogon. It's been a while.
I absolutely will. Yes, I absolutely will.
We got another comment from April Owl. Says, good morning, everyone, from a cold Connecticut. You have raspberry tea and your kitty by your side, ready for the show. That's an interesting combination. I don't think I've ever quite had raspberry tea before. And I've tried a lot of different teas. Have you tried raspberry tea, Kelly?
I'm just trying to think. I've tried the red fruit teas, but I find the red fruit teas, they always smell, I find they smell nicer than they taste a lot of the time. You get these beautiful berry, raspberry aromas, and then they're sort of, they don't, I find they don't taste the same, as quite as good as they smell, but I don't think I've ever had pure raspberry.
I enjoy Lipton here in South Africa. It does quite a nice, it's grapefruit and mint. It's quite good. But again, it's all depending on your mood of the day. Like, do you really feel like it? I'm in a mint tea phase at the moment. Mint tea is great for your digestion and just, yeah, natural source of a tea, I guess.
I found a great one in England recently. It was a buttermint, and it basically tastes like I don't know if you know Murray mints, Kerry. Anyone from the UK, Murray mints? It's buttery mint. It's absolutely lovely. I brought some back with me.
Okay. Sounds rather interesting. We have another comment here from Dear HNC. Says, good morning from Seattle. Excited to start my day with the show and a hot cup of coffee. Definitely is coffee weather, I think. Well, On that note, why don't we get into our first clip of the day?
Oh,
Oh, cute, man.
I've never seen it. I've never seen that. Oh, that's too cute. Hey, I've never seen a family of genets like that. Oh, look at the
It's
little
also,
tails.
I've been very excited to watch this clip because I've also never seen a little family of genets. They're normally so solitary. I'm guessing this is probably the small spotted genet. Do you think, Kelly?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I've got a regular genet that visits at my house, and this it's one of the small spotted genets. I think this is the small. But I don't know if anyone watching the show knows. We don't see these clips before you. We get a mild hint at what they might be, but we don't get to see them. And I was also super keen to see this. Look at these little kittens.
Oh, so here at Menoakwena in Botswana, I know there are three species of genet. So it's a small spotted genet, the large spotted genet, and the rusty spotted genet. But these definitely look like they could be small spotted genets. And they're
Oh, have you
playing.
ever seen a rusty spotted genet, Kerry? I didn't actually know they existed. Have you seen one?
No, I just Googled it before to be like, what genets could these be? And then I found three different species. But look at them, it's like a little playground for them. Isn't that cute?
That's super cool. Oh, look how they're balancing with those tails.
Oh.
They're behaving like domestic cat kittens. April owl. Is this how your kitty plays?
I hope that this is how April Owl's kitty plays while she's enjoying her raspberry tea.
They're
It's
really
like
trying to
Genet.
mastering that climbing, hey?
My goodness, this is definitely a lifer sighting for me. I've never
Mm.
seen so many genets in the same place before, let alone the same tree.
Oh, I wonder what you call a group of genets, Kerry.
Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to search that. I have no idea.
Let's make one up. I think we should make one up. I want to know who is the decider on all these
I,
group nouns. I think we should make one up, Kerry.
I think it should be like a scandal, because right now this looks like a scandal of genets.
I think that's brilliant. I fully
Kirsty,
support that. I fully support that, Kerry. I think it's a scandal of genets because they're probably getting up to some mischief
quite
there
a
by the looks of it.
Yeah, so if we have any of our viewers that would like to send your suggestions on what you think a group of genets should be called, I'm going to put forward a scandal of genets. I don't know if you have a suggestion, Kelly.
No, I support that. I think that's brilliant. I think they were up to absolutely no good whatsoever. So yeah, scandal of genets. I concur.
Scandal of genets, because it looks like they're up to quite a scandal, that little family affair of genets there up in the tree.
Absolutely. I'm sure. I bet there are a handful for Mum. I remember years ago. It wasn't a genet. It was a lion, and she had all these little ones, and they were just so naughty. And you could see she was like rolling her eyes and sort of she was picking one up and putting it back. And by the time
One's over
that one
there,
was
one's
back,
over there, one's up
she'd
there.
gone and picked it up and put it back. And I can only imagine what a handful those three little genets must be for Mum. Hey.
My goodness, we got a comment from Kirsty. Kirsty says it's her favorite sighting ever that she's ever had to watch. How exciting. Definitely a lifer for me. I don't know if you've ever seen so many genets close together like
No,
that,
I
Kelly.
think my record was probably two. I think it was probably maybe male and female.
Maybe a
But
mating
no,
pair.
I've never seen a scandal of genets before.
uh, Karu also comments, oh my gosh, adorable. Apparently, Google says a group of genets is called a shrewdness, which is also pretty cool. So we're gonna have to, yeah, we're gonna have to decide on that. I quite like the scandal, but a shrewdness could also work.
I'm
Zygon
with your
says
scandal.
these genets are full of beans, and a comment from JJ says, what makes you think small spotted, not large spotted? JJ, I'm just going off the size. Could be large spotted genets. It's quite difficult to judge when they're far away like that, but I would go with small spotted genet. Again, I think if you see the genets during the daylight and you get to see their color, there's quite a big difference in the color between small spotted and large spotted. But at night, it's quite difficult to tell, right, Kelly?
I agree. I would normally go on. I always find large spotted. I haven't seen that many large spotted genets, but they almost move more bulky, and I feel like their faces aren't quite as. These are very sort of kitty cat, and I find the large spotted genets they move less agile, and their faces are, I think.
Yeah, I'd also go for small spotted. So we've got another comment here from Mindy. Mindy says that's what a great what? That's how great these cameras are. We can see things that guys could go their whole careers without seeing. And I definitely agree there. That's what I love about Africam. And I always follow their Facebook page to see what's been posted throughout the week, even if I'm not on live at the waterhole or anything like that. It's just so awesome to see what goes on, especially at night, that we would never be able to see.
No, I agree. It's completely natural behavior. And nighttime, and you just one of these things I love and hate about doing this wild moments is quite often you're left feeling quite silly because you see things and we go, I've never seen that before in my life. I've got no idea what's happening here. I don't know. I can't explain that at all because we do get the opportunity. You know, often if we're in vehicles or we see lots of things, we see things regularly. But no, many times we've had the most outrageous clips, and whoever else has been there, we've just gone, nope, I've got no idea why that's happening.
So April Owl says, my kitty is very much like these genets climbing your screens. Oh, that sounds rather annoying. Shame those poor little kitties climbing your screens. I'm sure they drive you mad. They just have so much energy, little bundles of joy, and we're supposed to love them unconditionally, but sometimes it's a little bit hard. Quite mischievous, your little cat sounds like. Got another comment from Kirsty. Kirsty's, I think, says, I think they're large spotted. They have a black tip to their tail. So it could have been I was not paying attention to their tails. I was paying attention to the tiny little ones that were climbing up and down the tree. So most likely could have been a black tip to the tail there.
Let's look. I always forget one of them. They're 100% correct, but I always forget which way round it is. And these genuinely look like smaller animals to me, but
it just shows you the difference is very minimal. But if you see that, it's like black and white rhino. If you see them together, you're like, wow, okay, there's a huge
size.
But I mean, I've mistaken black rhino once for warthogs on a shoreline because they were so far away. It just shows sometimes the size difference, and I mean the habitat might also be quite different. So to see these two genet species in the same place isn't a sighting you see very often. So thank you very much for the help on
thank you.
Our genets there. Bridget also commented no white tip on the tail. So I think we're definitely going for the large spotted genet there. Absolutely got us.
There's no eye in tame. Thank you very much, Kirsty and Bridget.
All right, shall we head across to our next clip and see what's happening also in Botswana?
I'm scared. I'm scared to work out what they are now.
I think we've got some banded mongoose there and a troop of baboons.
Hey, look at these guys all hanging out together. What?
Oh, it looks like lots of mischievousness going on here.
Is this? I'm trying to work out. I've got a bit of glare on my screen. I'm trying to work out if this is. This looks like play to me, Kerry. What do you think?
Yeah, it looks like the baby baboons are chasing and playing with the mongoose. Almost like
it doesn't look like aggression.
like a game of
it's just
tag.
run and sat down.
Again, something I've never seen before. How unusual. Whoop. See that the banded mongoose almost ran straight into the little baboon.
See, look, and they're coming back.
I feel like they're teasing these young baboons.
Yeah, see, I don't think this doesn't look like aggression or get out of my space or anything. It just looks like, you come back and you're squinting like that.
Like
And they just look like they were just playing. They were just interaction between species. I think that's amazing.
Very unusual interspecies interaction that I've never seen. I mean, you see all these species together in like open areas, like you'll find banded mongoose, baboons, vervet monkeys, impala, nyala, all feeding together, but I've never seen them actually interacting with one another. So that's quite interesting to see a mob or a little troop of banded mongoose playing with a little baboon. Never
But yeah,
thought
it looks that looked like genuine play to me. I think we often, people often say, "Oh, there's my little dagger coming." People often say, species. There's only one reason for play, and it's to hone their skills. And from my, my dog behavior stuff, it's not. It's fun. Adult animals play. It's joyous. It's part of expression and emotion. And if it's not a threat, then why? If there's something to chase and you feel like chasing something, why wouldn't you chase something from a different species to play with it? I
feel like the banded
Hmm.
feel like the banded mongoose were lucky that it was a youngster, because if it was a bigger baboon, yeah, there was many banded mongoose, but if that baboon turned around, he could have very easily killed one of those little banded mongoose, but they had like power in numbers, like a larger little group together, forming a little.
No, I think it's lovely seeing that. I think it's great. Just genuine play between species.
So Tim is also commenting there, do you think the mongoose are playing back? So yeah, I think as Kelly said, I think that there was a kind of collaborative playing endeavor between two very different species, which is unusual to see, especially when the mongoose could be prey species to the baboons. I mean, a male baboon won't hesitate to snack on a little banded mongoose if he had a chance. Definitely not.
Have you seen much hunting behavior in baboons, Kerry? I haven't seen it much. I'm just casting my mind back to see.
So unfortunately,
I ever watched a baboon like formally hunting and killing and eating something. Have you? I know they do. But
yeah, unfortunately, it's not the most pleasant thing to see. I've seen baboons eating goats in a village, and I've also seen big male baboons also eating an impala. And unfortunately, I can't. I like it when predators kill their prey and then eat their prey, whereas baboons are kind of like wild dogs. Every time I've seen baboons feeding on something, their prey is not dead yet. So the goat and the impala were both just standing there as the baboon's like ripping out its intestines and feeding on it. So it wasn't a very pleasant sight. So I don't think it's something delightful to watch. I'd much prefer your predators like your lions and your leopards that actually kill their prey and then eat their prey, not like, yeah, I mean, especially during the dry season, that's what I think they'll do, that during the dry season, just to get the extra protein. I mean, I know in places like in Vic Falls and probably in parts of Kruger, when we have our drought years, there's not much food out there, not much protein. So that's where they get the extra protein from, is actually feeding on meat, same as some duiker species.
Did you see, was it an adult impala? Sorry, this is a bit grotesque, but I haven't given it much thought.
No, it was a little one. A little calf.
And it hunted it and like actually chased it and hunted it and caught it.
Yeah, so what they'll do is they're quite cunning baboons, hey? The male baboons, they'll just be roaming around. As I said, like you get these interspecies like hotspot zones where you'll get lots of different species hanging out in one area, especially like maybe if your albidas, your acacias are fruiting, and the male baboons were just walking underneath these albida trees. So of course, the impala were quite relaxed, and the two male baboons just went up and literally just snatched this little one away from its mother. And yeah, the two males, one male was chasing away the female while the other male started feeding on it.
Yeah, wow, that's so interesting. I'm just trying to think. I don't think I've ever seen it in person. So that's really interesting.
So we've got some comments here from Jim Jam. Says, would the mongoose help each other if a baboon caught one? And yes, definitely. I think troops, little bands or troops of mongoose, they are very protective with each other. And I think they will cause quite a stir if one of those baboons tried to snatch one.
No, I agree.
From Mindy. Mindy says the mongoose look pretty big next to the baby baboons until an adult shows up, then they look tiny. Yes, they definitely do. As I mentioned,
Yeah.
if there's a big male baboon around, he'll very easily just grab one of those little mongoose and chomp it in half without a problem, I think.
Hmm.
You know what species do are omnivorous as well is duiker. A lot of your forest duiker species, if there's an alarm call for one duiker that has been killed by a predator, lots of other duiker actually come in, and it's a morbid curiosity that they have, not just to see who's being killed, but also to, if there's any leftovers, to feed on any meat that might be remaining. Isn't that a bit morbid?
It's unsurprising, especially I haven't spent lots and lots of time. Sorry, I've got a very overexcitable bauble in the background. Um, I haven't spent much time in forests, and you often see slightly different behaviour perspectives from similar species. So your smaller antelopes, and often forests do weird things to animals. So I'm not surprised, but yeah, that's pretty morbid, but not shocking, I don't think.
And again, in the forest, some of these little antelope species don't have much food, so that's also a very good source of food for them and why they would feed on meat.
You spend
Well,
lots of time in forests, hey, Kerry?
yes, West Africa. So yeah, it's incredible.
Amazing.
You learn so much different behavior of birds as well as animals in the forest as well. So yeah.
Fascinating.
Should we go and check out our next clip? See what else we've got waiting for us?
I think so. Ooh, these are beautiful.
Two. Oh my goodness. So lovely to see these broad-billed rollers. Oh wow, love is in the
That's
air.
so cool. That is amazing. They're beautiful birds.
We were talking about migrants earlier, and these are some of the intra-African migrants that we are very excited to be able to see at this time of the year. Yeah, don't see them throughout the year. I haven't seen any yet this year so far. Have you, Kelly?
Not yet, but I think we have had a broad-bill roller in where I stay. I'm sure I have, but they're such beautiful birds, and they're not common. They're always very special if you get an opportunity to see these broad-bill rollers. They're stunning, stunning little birds, much smaller than some of the other rollers. But look how yellow that beak is. It's absolutely gorgeous.
So I feel like broad-billed rollers as well as the purple rollers are some of the more difficult roller species to see. I mean, lilac-breasted rollers are more residents, but these intra-African migrants, I mean, the rollers normally arrive, or the broad-billed rollers arrive between September and December, but then throughout the rest of the year, I mean, even if you are within their region that they occur in, they're not very common to see. I mean, I don't even remember the last time I saw one.
I think we got one in here last year. It was very, very exciting. And of course, there are the notorious racket-tailed roller. Have you seen racket-tailed roller?
Oh, yes, I love the racket-tailed roller, but again, they blend in so well to their little woodland areas that they like to hang out, and so most of the time they're actually there. We've just missed them.
I don't think I've got a racket-tailed roller on my list.
What? Oh my gosh. Well, normally they like to occur in like Miombo woodland areas. So where I've seen them is in Zimbabwe. And again, they're more common residents and they're very territorial. So if you have one like in one of the stables I worked in Zimbabwe, we had a pair that was always around the stables. They'll hawk for insects through the forest. And they
Cool.
do like to sometimes sit on lower branches. So it's not like I feel like your purple rollers and broad-billed rollers, you often miss them because they're very high up in the trees, whereas racket-tails hang out in like your medium to low hanging branches. But they, even though they're
Interesting.
bright blue, they blend in so well that you often don't see them even if they are there.
I think aren't they one of the specials up in Pafuri? I've
Yes,
got,
probably
yeah,
in the very thick. Do they have like very thick Mopani woodlands there?
up that very special that Pafuri birding area. I've been up there twice, but I think we're going to try up there again soon. So maybe I'll get my racket-tail roller.
Listen for the call. So with those rollers, often I know they're very beautiful birds, but they're not very well known for having the most elegant or beautiful calls. So if you hear the racket-tails calling, then often that gives you a good chance at maybe seeing them. Otherwise, to see them without hearing them calling is very lucky.
I might give it a try later on in the year, but beautiful to see those broadbill rollers making baby broadbill rollers even better.
That's also another first for me. We've had some few very interesting first-time sightings here today. There's been a lot happening this last week out there, isn't it crazy?
It's brilliant. All completely undisturbed. I love these cameras.
So there's a few places, Kelly, in Zimbabwe where on our big birding days, we've actually managed to find like all 4 roller species that we can get in one day. So I think last year, big birding day. So the big birding day, we got lilac-breasted roller, we got racket-tailed roller, purple roller, and broad-billed roller all in one day. We did a lot of
so cool. That is so cool. I think there's a day coming up, a Kruger Region Day coming up on the 6th of December, I think, that we're thinking about getting involved in. But yeah, bird geeks for the win. But four rollers in the same session, that's super cool.
Good luck with your birding day. This next question, Kelly, I'm not too sure. So Tim is asking, where do the birds come from? So I mentioned earlier that these broad-billed rollers are intra-African migrants. So they obviously come down south from September to December. So they must head somewhere up north, maybe along the equator during the rest of the year, I would guess.
I've got, for some reason, and don't quote me on it, I feel like a lot of the intra-African migrants come from sort of Senegal type area around there. But I could be wrong. I could check, but I'm not going to. But I'm not too sure either, Tim. I think you're probably right up towards the equator, but I'm sure there's quite a few. There's so many birds here. I think quite a few of them come from sort of Senegalish area, but don't quote me.
I would guess Senegal, Ivory Coast, probably some of those regions. Yeah, and then obviously once the rain arrives in southern Africa, there's just this flush of insects, and it's just an absolute paradise for these birds, and they all rush down south to follow the insects flushing through. So it's just so awesome to have these migratory birds. Have you seen your first stork yet, Kelly?
No, not yet. I have a paradise flycatcher flying around. That's why I keep doing this. So apologies. There he is. He's literally flying backwards and forwards while I'm sitting here. So yeah, lots of them are back. I don't know what that is. I'm literally sitting here with binoculars while I'm doing this show.
So we've got a question from Julian Thomas, who's one of our birding professionals. I know Julian will probably be able to answer our broad-billed roller comments. Julian was asking where these rollers were. So they were in Elephant Pan in Botswana. And I think Julian might be able to answer our question about the rollers and where they go when they head up north. I know Julian is great with his birding. Kelly sounds like she's having an amazing time with her birds there too at your house. We have one more clip to watch. So should we head across to that last clip and see what is our last exciting moment we have to share with you?
Let's.
Oh my goodness. It's a baboon pool party.
How can people still believe that animals don't have emotions, that they're just animals?
I've never seen baboons swimming though, by their own will. I guess they do like to swim.
I've seen it. I might have even seen them on this camera before. I've also seen clips of them using people's pools.
In the just jump into the water, like he did a little cannon bomb. My goodness. I think he needs to work on his breaststroke though. Oh my goodness.
Tell me this baboon isn't playing. Tell me it's not just messing about and fun in water.
I think we're definitely supporting the animals playing theory.
Has he gone back up again to jump back in again? It's like almost like they're going up and round and going back up and jumping back in again. Is he going to go again? Oh, no, not this time.
Wow. A little pool party, baboon pool party. I've seen elephant pool parties, but never seen a baboon pool party. That was definitely a first for me.
They look like very functional swimmers as well.
Well, that was an amazing sighting, and I wish we could chat about it more, but unfortunately, we are running out of time. Kelly, thank you for being with us this afternoon, and everyone else for joining. We've had some amazing clips. Just want to say a big thank you, and we will see you next time. Thanks, Kelly.
Thanks, Kerry. Take care.